What's up, guys? ArtistV1 here, and as you can tell from the title, it's that time again. So of course we're doing a video for HardToFindTV.com. This video is being brought to you by them and their website, Facebook, and email that you can contact them at is going to be in the description down below, but also in the description down below is some stuff not only to help out HardToFindTV.com, but also some stuff to help me out. So there is also a Venmo, PayPal in the description down below. If you guys want to send me a little something, help the channel out, help me out, that'd be fantastic. If you guys don't want to give me free money, that's cool. You can go buy yourself an ArtistV1 t-shirt over at Teespring. They're on sale. They've been on sale for a very long time now. Anyway, and of course, you can still buy a copy of my book, Stories No One Asked For. The price now lowered. No longer 15 bucks. They're only 10 bucks. And you get a free game with it, which is Find All the Mistakes Artists Made in This Book. And no, me writing the book is not one of them. And of course, there's the Amazon wishlist. If you want to see something unboxed live when I go live, or just in a video, just for you, we can do that. And if you want to request videos, mukbangs, story times, any of that stuff, PayPal it, we'll talk numbers. So, I get a message from the good people over at HardToFindTV.com, and they're like, hey, next package is on the way. I was just like, okay, what do we got? And he told me 2 titles, which I was like, oh, okay, so I'm expecting these 2 titles, and it ended up with, 4? Right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so I ended up with 4 titles, and the first one I talked about in the last video, which was Work It, which was the show about 2 guys who cross-dress. It aired for 2 episodes on ABC before it was just taken off the air, and the rest of the episodes were aired in New Zealand, of all places, which, go figure. But like I said, I watched these all in one night while trying to write on the book and just laughed my ass off. The quality on them is really good for somebody who had to track them down in New Zealand. But like I said, it's only 20 bucks for the season on the website. 13 episodes, and it also has John Caparulo in it. It has I can't remember her name, but she was also in Lost, because I kept watching it and I was like, I've seen her before, but it turned out she was also in Lost, and she was in something else that I can't remember. But she's in there. Is she on the back? No, it just has the dudes on the back. But there's some funny stuff in here. I mean, like I said, I laughed my ass off the whole 13 episodes. Really good stuff if you guys haven't seen this. I don't know why it was so controversial. I don't get it. It was really good. I highly suggest picking this one up if you just want, like, you know, just some time to get away from shit. You know, it's stupid comedy, but it's good stupid comedy. You know what I mean? So, HardToFindTV was nice enough to send this over, and I love it. It was great. I actually can't wait to, like, till I get bored and, like, I'm just like, I'm gonna watch through this again, you know. And also, for the Drew Carey show, I mentioned that, like, some of the discs didn't work and how easy it is just to message the guy and tell him, like, hey, I need these discs replaced. Well, he sent over the disc replacements, and I popped them in. These were all the discs. There was a few of them, which I know sounds like a bad thing. But like I said, he sent them right in the mail and popped them all in. Boom. Working good as new. Each one I popped in, played it for a bit, because some of them either wouldn't load or they would get through like a couple minutes of the first episode and they would just stop working. It would freeze on my DVD player. But these work like a dream, you know. So just that easy. So we sent these over. So technically 5 titles. If you really, I'm going to do that one last, I think. The next one he sent over was a show that I vaguely remember watching as a kid. So, like, every now and then my head, no pun intended to the show that I'm about to show you, would sometimes, like, want to look this show up online. And I'd find a couple episodes and stuff of it, and I'd watch it, but then I'd eventually just kind of watch other stuff. But he sent over the complete series of Hermans Head, which was one of Fox's, like, early success shows. And what Hermans Head was that you get a guy named Herman right here, but you also meet like 4 characters in his head that kind of guide him through his everyday life. Plus, you get to meet the characters on the outside of his world. One of them played by Hank Azaria from Simpsons fame. And speaking of Simpsons fame, see, Hank Azaria has been in movies and other TV shows. But if you ever wanted to see like a rare acting role from Yeardley Smith, aka Lisa Simpson, you want to check this out, because I mean, yeah, Yeardley Smith has a acting role in Jingle All the Way for like a minute, but I mean, well, like a longer than a minute if you watch the director's cut of Jingle All the Way. But she's a very predominant character throughout Herman's Head. So if you ever wanted to see like a rare, like actual acting role with Yeardley Smith, this is what you want to watch. But again, this is like one of those shows that I just vaguely remember as a kid. I remember watching it. Like I remember one where there's an episode where they all play charades. They all get together. Not the Headies, of course. That's what they're called. They're called the Headies. But all the main characters, the outside characters, did they show them? No, it's just the back. The original ad, which is really cool. They show like the original ads for the show. On the one here that I'm going to show next, he has the original ad for it too. But anyway, the one episode I remember is where they get together and play charades. And Yeardley Smith, Lisa Simpson's character, pulls out one. And she was like, I don't want to play no more. I was like, well, what's the problem? What is it? And the word was virgin. And they're just like, why don't you want to play no more? And then we all find out that that character's a virgin. And they're like, what? You know, like, really cool show for the time. You know, really different. This is one of those shows that, like, during that time, because this came out, like, what, 89? 90? Something like that. So, and like I said, this is, like, one of Fox's, like, early big hits. You know, like, Married with Children was an early big hit for him. Eventually, The Simpsons became a big hit for him. Because, you know, people don't know that Fox was, like, a real, I wouldn't say struggling network, but they were new. They were, like, the new kid on the block and everything. And not a lot of people really watched it, so they needed, like, content, essentially. So, and this was one of the ones that people were just like, oh, well, fuck, I got to get home and watch Herman's Head, you know. So, I can't wait to actually sit down and start watching these. I'm actually watching one of the shows he sent me right now, which we're going to talk about next. And that was one of the original ones I asked for when I emailed them. Back when I bought Caveman and Oliver Bean, and I was just like, dude, you wouldn't happen to have this, would you? He was like, I may be able to find that. I was like, really? And he was like, found it. I was like, damn. And he sent me a test video of it. And I even told him, don't even send a test video. Dude, I trust you. Like, if Oliver Bean and shit like this looks this good, I trust you. But he went ahead and sent it to me anyway, and I looked at it. And it's great. You know, it looked great and everything. And the ones on YouTube, you can find this show on YouTube, but a lot of it's going to be, like, edited out. Not edited as in, like, you can't see it, but you can't hear it. Because there's a lot of licensed music in it, which kind of explains, and especially after watching the entire first season, I get why this show's not on DVD now, because there's a lot of licensed music that they would have to deal with. But that show was Clueless. Clueless, the complete series here. And there's, like, one of the original ads that they did right here. So they even used, like, the real names. Like, it was, like, Rachel and Friends. I was like, Rachel? Who is Rachel? And I forgot. I was like, oh, that's who plays Cher, Rachel Blanchard in this one. But they also did have Stacey Dash and Elisa Donovan. And the first season is fantastic. I mean, they had Wallace Shawn as Mr. Hall. They had the Mrs. Geist back. They had a whole bunch of characters from the movie back. The second season is when it went into overhaul because it went to UPN. I just started the second season. But I always remember liking this show. Because, you know, Clueless was one of those movies I didn't like at first when I first watched it. I was like, I don't get it. You know, it wasn't until I watched it a second time is when I was just like, oh, okay. So when they came out with the TV show, I was like, sold. I gotta watch this. So it was really good to now have all the episodes in one spot. I don't have to watch the crappy YouTube versions of them because, like I said, you know, the music is edited out in them and everything. Oh yeah, I haven't been showing the disc art and everything. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, HardToFindTV.com, but there you go. There's the disc art right there for Clueless, and he puts them in these nice packages. Let me get back to Herman's Head here. Herman's Head, right there. And let me show Work It here, which is only one disc because it was only 13 episodes. So, all right. And the last one he sent over here was one that, like, you know, when it comes to shows like Clueless, and, you know, there's a lot of TV shows that were movies that became TV shows later, and a lot of them didn't really work. I mean, you had Fast Times at Ridgemont High, you had Ferris Bueller failed as a TV show, but that eventually set up Parker Lewis Can't Lose, but whatever. But this one right here, I think, has to be, like, if they ever did, like, a list of, like, best movies turned to TV shows, this has to be, like, at least number one. Because, like, watching this show as a kid and watching the first DVD that they put out, well, I shouldn't say the first DVD, the only DVD they put out, I mean, like, it's one of the best ones. Yes, you know, none of the original characters, not characters, but the original actors from the movie don't come back for it, at least to my knowledge. But I think they did a really good job in that he sent over the complete series of Weird Science, the television show, with Vanessa Angel playing Lisa, which I gotta admit, I kind of like Vanessa Angel a lot. You know, she's not as good as Kelly LeBrock. I will say that. Before a sitcom version, they picked the right person. But I will say, the TV version of Chet, let me get is there a better picture of Chet somewhere? There is, right here. There he is. Oh no, that's, damn it, that's Wyatt. I know there's a better version of Chet. Here. There he is. Chet right there, that is the, you know, the mean stepbrother or brother of one of them there. I like the TV Chet better than I like the movie Chet. I don't know why, but I think if he, oh, he's right there on the cover. I'm looking for him on the disc or anything. There he is, right there. I don't know, but like I always like TV Chet better than movie Chet. I know it's kind of sacrilege to say. And on top of that, like these right here, like Hermans Head, you can tell, you know, it's an old show. It hasn't been released on DVD in any way, shape, or form. So you're gonna get them recorded from TV, you know. And there is some feedback on the Hermans Head ones. Like you can kind of hear like a buzzing, but you can kind of put that aside. It's fine. Work It, same thing. You can tell, you know, there's TV logos and such like that. Clueless, these were taken from the Noggin when they aired on the Noggin network. But Weird Science, out of all the ones dude has sent me so far, these are probably the best looking ones there are. There's no logos, there's no TV logos, nothing like that. There's even pictures on the menu, because with these, you know, for the prices that he gives you and everything, he just puts the words and the episodes for the menus, which, hey, I'll take it, you know. But for these, there's actually pictures on the menu, all that good stuff, man. You know, a lot of work went into the Weird Science one. I don't know if Weird Science is one of his favorite TV shows or something like that, but he put a lot of work into the Weird Science DVDs. So if you guys buy this, show him a lot of love on the Weird Science ones right here, because the quality on the episodes are fantastic. And I know what you guys are thinking, like, you didn't even open season 1 and 2. I didn't bother popping this one in because, like, if I did pop it in and it didn't work, I have the original set that they released. But I did pop in 3, 4, and 5, because I don't think I've ever seen 3, 4, and 5. And if I did, it's been a long, long time, because I only discovered it late one night with a friend, and I thought it was cool as shit, you know? So, and I've caught a few episodes on Hulu every now and then. They're on Hulu, last I checked. So yeah, that is what I got from HardToFindTV.com. We got the Weird Science complete series right there. Clueless, the complete series, which is my jam right here. We got Hermans Head and Work It, which, Work It, I'm telling you, that's some funny shit. And then we got my replacement disc for Drew Carey. So if you want to pick up any of these titles, including Clueless or Weird Science, because if you go over to the website, HardToFindTV.com, and you're like, I don't see Clueless or Weird Science, well, because they're not on there quite yet. So, but if you email them at dvd@hardtofindtv.com and let him know, hey, I want Clueless or I want Weird Science, he will be more than happy to hook you up with a set of Weird Science or Clueless on DVD, possibly even Blu-ray. I'm not for sure on that, because like I said, a couple times he's asked me, hey, you want Blu-ray? I'm like, nah, DVD's cool with me, you know? So he may even do it on Blu-ray for you Blu-ray snobs out there, you know? They have to have it on Blu-ray. They have to have it on high definition quality and stuff, you know? Hell, maybe he can even put it on a laser disc. I don't know. You know, maybe you can put it on a Super Nintendo cartridge and you can watch it that way. Who knows? But all that is in the description down below. HardToFindTV.com. His Facebook page is down there. You can go like that. You know, let him know artist sent you and everything. That'd be fantastic. And of course the email there in case, you know, hey, maybe you don't like any of these shows and you're like, hey, I want to see, I don't know, one of the time tracks. Who remembers time tracks with the talking credit card and everything? Maybe he'll have it. Who knows? You know, I just picked a show out of thin air, you know, so that I know wasn't on one of his lists. So, but head on over there, check them out right now. If you go over there and spend over $40, at least at the time of this recording, you save 15%. That's right, you go over there and save 15% off just by spending over $40. No code needed. You know, no code needed, but telling them Artist Central would be fantastic. So thank you, HardToFindTV.com, sending these bad boys over. I'm working my way through Clueless right now. When I'm done, I'm probably gonna, you know, I said Hermans Head would probably be next, but I'll be on. Probably Weird Science is gonna be next. I'll be on as I'm writing my second book and everything. So thank you very much again for sending that over. And I know what some of you guys are thinking, Artist, you said you were gonna make a new series about these. You know, one, calm down. Two, you guys know how my ideas are. I'm like, that's a great idea, and it never gets made. So until next time, I will see you guys Tuesday for some gaming live. I'm thinking about buying a game on Steam so we can go live with that. Might be pretty dope. So until next time, I am the Artist version 1. Thank you once again, HardToFindTV.com, for sponsoring this video. And until next time, I'm out.